The first update we have today is on new legal accusations involving Erika Jayne's friend and attorney James Wilkes. Okay, so this whole thing revolves around an $18 million lawsuit against Erika Jayne for what's called malicious prosecution. Basically, she's accused of bringing false charges against someone. But now it's getting even messier, because new federal claims allege that her attorney used millions in stolen COVID relief funds to pay for his lifestyle and, well, to drag out this very case. The person suing Erika is a designer, Christopher Sila. He says he was seriously hurt by false fraud charges related to her American Express card, charges that, by the way, were eventually dropped. So now, Sila is going directly after Wilkes, calling him the mastermind of a whole conspiracy to derail that $18 million suit. And these federal claims, they get into exactly how Wilkes allegedly paid for all this. The main accusation is that Wilkes stole nearly $4.4 million from the government's Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP. They say he did it by just lying about his payroll, claiming his firm had 40 more employees than it actually did. And with that, he apparently got 2 massive PPP loans approved and forgiven. Now, this money was supposed to be for salaries during the pandemic, but the lawsuit claims Wilkes used it to pay attorneys defending Erika Jayne and her team. So you've got stolen pandemic funds allegedly being funneled right into defending a major celebrity lawsuit. Before we get into the next update, please make sure you've liked this video and subscribed to this channel. Okay then, let's move on to next update now.
Next, we are going to talk about the ongoing drama between Meredith Marks and Britani Biermann following their really intense encounter on a plane in The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This whole conflict really illuminates the cast's major division over that cheating rumor concerning Meredith's husband, Seth. So Meredith has addressed the drama, which, included Britani allegedly pulling her hair. She claimed Britani has a lot of hatred for her, but Meredith pretty much said she's just not that interested enough to return the feeling. And while Meredith did say she regrets that she chose the wrong place for the confrontation, she was crystal clear, saying she's not sorry for what I said because it's all true. Now, this fight has created some very clear loyalty lines. Lisa Barlow is standing 100% Team Meredith, calling Britani's actions and the whole rumor suggestion wrong and just gross. Lisa actually chose Meredith after Britani gave her an ultimatum, so that confirms where her allegiance is. On the other hand, the rest of the cast seems to be siding largely with Britani. Mary Cosby confirmed this, stating that the cast all sided with Britani a little bit, feeling Meredith was totally in the wrong and should have apologized. This whole situation just depicts such a stark opposition. As Whitney Rose observed, they are polar opposites in every way, shape, and form, and will probably never get along. So this was today's update about the explosive fallout between Meredith Marks and Britani Biermann. Let's now move on to the next update. Next, we are going to talk about the heated exchange involving reality stars Lindsay Hubbard, Tom Sandoval, and his girlfriend Victoria Lee Robinson at BravoCon 2025. So, let's set the scene. We're in the Four Seasons Hotel lobby, and it's super early Sunday morning. This whole thing demonstrates the intense dynamics when these Bravo personalities cross paths. You've got Lindsay Hubbard, Tom Sandoval, and his girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson. Now, Tom started dating Victoria after that huge cheating scandal with Rachel Leviss, which, of course, ended his long relationship with Ariana Madix. It all apparently kicked off around 2:30 a.m. when an activated Lindsay came flying over, wanting to talk to Tom privately. Well, Victoria was not having it. And get this, she reportedly didn't even know who Lindsay was, which just cranked up the tension right from the start. When the three of them stepped aside to talk, it just completely escalated. The discussion got really loud, with Lindsay stating, "It did piss me off," followed by a demand to shut the f*** up. Victoria shot back, demanding an apology and telling someone to get the f*** out. What's really interesting, though, is how it ended. After Lindsay apparently tried to mediate, Victoria just looked straight at Tom and said, "Your ego, buddy," before seeming to storm off.
Is that right?
This moment really illuminates the tension in their own relationship, and it makes you think. Back in April, Victoria said she gives Tom a lot of shit for his past, and even believes she's been his karma. So this was today's update about the BravoCon hotel lobby confrontation. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about Jeff Lewis's headline-making appearance at BravoCon, where he certainly didn't hold back on the shade and sparked drama with Andy Cohen. So Jeff Lewis was all over BravoCon. And while he was there to announce his new show, Still Flipping Out, he also had some, let's say, very direct opinions. For instance, he really struggled to say three nice things about Dorit Kemsley. After saying she's attractive and bright, there was this long pause, and he admitted he couldn't call her a good parent. He eventually just landed on she's thin. Well, that kind of bluntness got him into a bit of trouble with Andy Cohen. Jeff confirmed that Andy was upset by a few of his jokes, calling them inappropriate and insensitive, and that included a diss aimed at Monica Garcia. He said he's already apologized via text, and from experience, he knows it'll probably take Andy about 1 to 3 weeks to cool off. He also made some predictions, saying he believes the situation between Teresa Giudice and the Gorgas on The Real Housewives of New Jersey is irreparable. His solution? 2 separate shows, a reboot with Melissa and a spin-off for Teresa, who he says can carry it. And after all that, he announced his new series, Still Flipping Out, which he says is pretty much season 12 of Flipping Out, just renamed for streaming. So this was today's update about Jeff Lewis at BravoCon. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about RHOA's Porsha Williams and a high-profile incident following BravoCon 2025. So Porsha was one of the many stars out at BravoCon in Las Vegas. The event ended, but apparently the drama followed her right onto the flight home. On the night of November 16th, she was on a Delta flight, traveling from Las Vegas back to Atlanta. And during the flight, she and another female passenger reportedly got into an argument. So when the plane deboarded in Atlanta, footage actually depicts Porsha in a fur coat and Ugg boots, no less, talking to a police officer right there at the airport. Delta did confirm their cabin crew had a talk with 2 passengers, but said the flight landed without any further issue. But, okay, this is where things take a really serious turn. The FBI in Atlanta is aware of what happened. A spokesperson even confirmed they're actively looking into it to determine whether any federal charges might apply here. Now, besides all that travel drama, Porsha was also generating a ton of buzz back at the convention, this time about the new season of RHOA. When she was asked about playing in the lady pond, she confirmed that she has been dating a woman, in addition to a man. And get this, the woman she's dating has even filmed for the show. Porsha promised this upcoming season will be one of the best, saying there's real shit going on, and she even joked that they'll give Salt Lake City a run for their money. So, this was today's update about Porsha Williams' flight incident and her new RHOA dating reveal. Let's now move on to next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the latest reality TV feud, this one ignited at BravoCon. So it seems Southern Charm's Shep has publicly accused Paige DeSorbo and Craig Conover's 3-year relationship of being a, quote, sham the whole time. And, well, that led to a pretty swift clapback from Paige. Okay, so here's what went down. In a video clip, Shep claimed that Paige and Craig made millions thanks to reality TV. He then said she broke up with him on her Giggly Squad podcast, calling her move fucked up and like biting the hand that feeds you. Apparently, he also made some not-so-great remarks about Amanda Batula during the same appearance. But Paige's response? It was perfect. She went right to Instagram, and in reply to Shep's claim about the millions, she commented, "I can lend him some if he needs it." She was clearly feeling confident. When a fan called her our queen, Paige just replied, "I felt like Taylor Swift." Just for some context, Paige did confirm the end of her relationship with Craig last December on her podcast. And pretty shortly after that, she was spotted with her rumored new boyfriend, Joe D'Amelio. They were even seen together recently at a wedding in Tuscany. You can just tell all this drama is heating up as the Southern Charm Season 11 premiere approaches. So this was today's update about the Paige DeSorbo and Shep feud. Let's now move on to the next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the skepticism surrounding Teresa Giudice's recent reconciliation with Joe and Melissa Gorga, and Margaret Joseph's take on the whole public truce. So, you know this family drama has been at the very heart of the Real Housewives of New Jersey for years. Well, now it looks like there's a truce, but yeah, not everyone's buying it, especially their co-star Margaret Josephs. At BravoCon, she was pretty blunt, calling the whole public makeup session weird. She believes issues this huge really need to be handled behind closed doors, maybe even in a therapeutic setting. And she kind of has a point, noting that this type of public reconciliation has been tried so many times before. Now, while Margaret says she's glad to see the family back together, she stressed that she only feels the truce is genuine on Joe and Melissa's part. As for her own reunion with Teresa, she said, "Don't expect one. The timing just isn't right, and there are too many things in the way." Still, she says she doesn't wish Teresa any ill will and is actually concerned for her. Meanwhile, Melissa Gorga directly addressed all the fan doubt, especially the talk that they're just doing this to save the show. To demonstrate how sincere it is, she's focusing on her husband, Joe. She shared that the relief on Joe's face after talking with his sister, well, that was all she needed to see. Since he felt it was authentic and real, Melissa says she's going to trust him and try. She emphasized this time feels different because it's not in front of the cameras. Instead, they're just giggling, laughing, and not talking about the past. So this was today's update about the complicated truce between Teresa Giudice and the Gorgas. Let's now move on to the next update.
Next, we are going to talk about the potential connection between Summer House's West Wilson and Ariana Biermann of Next Gen NYC. So this all kicked off after they both attended BravoCon in Las Vegas, where they were actually on a panel together. During an interview, West revealed he was interested, describing Ariana Biermann as, quote, beautiful. He also demonstrated a bit of a personal connection, noting that her father played football in Montana, which is where West himself played at Montana State. He even brought up her age, guessing she might be 26 or 27. So, when Ariana was asked to respond to West's comment, what did she say? Well, she said she was flattered and thanked him. And while she clarified that she doesn't really know him, she definitely left the door open by saying she might have to stop by and say hi. This whole public exchange is pretty notable because Ariana just confirmed her breakup with her longtime boyfriend Hudson McClory just last month on Instagram. And remember, before they split, Ariana had publicly stated her 5-year rule, which dictated that if McClory didn't propose within 5 years, she'd move on. And that deadline was coming up in less than 2 years.